Hello everybody, happy Saturday. So today, well, we have not even had anything to eat yet and it's 12:30. So dinner's gonna be light because I'm gonna make a big brunch. Everybody kind of slept in and then we just got busy doing stuff and realized it's 12:30 and nobody ate. Everybody's getting hungry. So I'm gonna make some biscuits and gravy, some eggs, and we'll have that for breakfast or brunch. And then also though, I wanted to show you, I am out of milk, as we talked about yesterday. So what I do have in my house though, and yes, I could scrounge up money. I mean, we do have the money. I could go get milk. I could go get stuff at the store. The point is, I'm sticking to my budget and I'm not doing that. So that's just how it is. I'm just sticking to my budget. But what we do have is I have evaporated milk. I have about 4 more cans of this downstairs. I had about 6 altogether. I also have dry milk. I have coconut milk. I have soy milk because we keep that. That's actually what Theo prefers, is soy milk. So we always have that downstairs. A few different jugs of it or boxes of it, and that's shelf stable. So it doesn't have to be refrigerated until you open it. And I'm trying to think if there's any other milk substitutes I have. Coconut milk, I think I said that. So yeah, and I even have powdered buttermilk downstairs as well. So I'm just gonna use some of that stuff up. So when I looked it up though, and I said, is there anything, you know, I wanna make sure there was nothing I needed to do for evaporated milk to substitute that for milk in a recipe. And the only thing it said to do is to take your equal parts evaporated milk and equal parts water. And that will equal whatever milk would be. So I'm gonna take one of these cans and dump it in a mason jar, and I'm gonna dump a can of water as well. Shake it up so that way it can just be a milk replacement for the recipes for making the biscuits and for the biscuits and gravy. Alright, so after I use this, I've got another can. I'm just gonna make another one and stick it in the fridge. That way it's ready to go for when I need milk in a recipe. And I might need more than this anyway. I probably will to make the biscuits and gravy. So I'm just gonna shake that up. Alright, here we go. I do sift my flour for biscuits. Pretty much all I'm doing here is I'm gonna add enough flour to fill this up twice. Also, I forgot to tell you, I have my cast iron skillet in the oven, preheating at 400 degrees. Now, I make a lot of biscuits. You would not need to make this many. If I can, it'd be great to have biscuits left over for tomorrow. But everybody's also really hungry because this won't be done now until like 1:30. So people are gonna be pretty hungry. All right, to that I'm gonna add baking powder. That looks good. I'm gonna add salt. Just a hair bit more. Stir this up. Then I like to do a mixture of lard and butter. So I'm just gonna drop some of that in here. I don't really have measurements for biscuits. I will try to figure it out for you guys. I just make them. I've been making them for a very long time. I'm just gonna add some butter in here as well. Then I'll leave this for the pan and the tops of the biscuits. So then I just get in with my fingers and I'm gonna break this up a little bit. I do not use any kind of pastry cutters or anything like that. I used to, but I honestly feel like your hands do the better job. I also need to make some bread today because we have no bread. So I need to make that as well. And I wanted to make some kind of muffins today, just so that we have them for snacking on. I think I'm going to make peanut butter muffins. We got a lot of peanut butter. So the lard I don't care so much about leaving in great big chunks when I do this, but the butter, I want to leave some chunks, not great big chunks, but I do want to leave some chunks. Next, before my hands get all gooey, I'm going to go on and just flour down my thing here. I'm going to push some of this flour over. Okay, next, this is probably going to need about 2 cups of milk. We'll see how that does. I might need to add a little bit more. And that'll be good. And maybe a little bit more. And probably about 3 cups of milk. All right, now I'm just gonna dump this here. Bring it all together. This other stuff out the way. And then I'm going to start rolling it. Now the secret to good flaky high biscuits, one is to handle it little as you can, but also at the same time to fold it a few times. And I fold it each way. I like to do about 3 times. And you can see like little flakes of butter in it. All right, that's it. This time I'm gonna roll it out and I'm gonna cut it real quick. You also just want to push down and up. So can you guys see that? Can you see all of the layers? That's what I want. You just push straight down and straight up. Some of these are going to get great big. That's all right. They'll be delicious. You'll just be smile high. And then, as little as I can, I'm going to re-roll. And next I'm going to get my big cast iron out. I'm going to add some butter to melt. Just kind of stir that around, get that good melted, and then I'll add my biscuits. Start just adding my biscuits in. Barely, but I got them all in. All right, I'm gonna get this into the oven. This is my easy way of making biscuits and gravy. Okay, to the sausage, I'm going to just sprinkle in some flour. I'm also going to add some pepper. I like a lot of pepper in our gravy. And I'm going to add in salt. I'm just going to stir this all up. I'm going to let this flour just kind of soak up all the grease and just kind of cook a little bit. Okay, now I'm just going to start adding milk, and I've got that milk that I made. I did make another pan of it. So I'm just going to stir this around and add more milk as needed as this gets nice and thick. Okay, the biscuits just came out of the oven. It just came out of the oven, so now I'm just going to top them with some butter. And we'll let them cool for a few minutes. Okay, so here is our breakfast today. We have the eggs, well, I guess breakfast and lunch, a whole lot of biscuits, and then I'm leaving it over on the stove is the gravy. All right, we're gonna eat real quick, and then we will make some bread for the day, and I wanna make those muffins, and then we'll make a light, simple dinner tonight. Okay, now it is 3 o'clock, and I need to make muffins. I'm gonna make those kind of for a snack, and I wanna make some bread to go with, although nobody is hungry. Everybody is so full. But later, I know people are gonna want a snack because we ate lunch at, 1:30. But anyway, I'm gonna make some bread to go with dinner tonight, and then I'm gonna make some peanut butter muffins so that we do have them sitting around for snacking. All right, I'm gonna start with my very basic bread dough, which is 2 cups of water. I've made it many times. Some sugar, 2 tablespoons of yeast, and then I am just gonna give that a quick mix. And I'm gonna let this come to a bubbliness, and then we will add our flour, salt, and oil. All right, now I'm gonna add a couple teaspoons of salt. About 1½ teaspoon. Then about 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm using olive oil. And 4 to 5 cups of flour. I'm just gonna need that for a little bit, probably about 10 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna just stop this now, and I'm gonna put this over to let it rise, double in size. All right, we'll let that rise, and I have preheated my oven 350 degrees so I can make these muffins real quick. First thing I'm gonna do is just spray my muffin tins. Yes, I'll be up in a second. Okay, next I'm gonna make the muffin part. I'm gonna add 2 eggs. A 1/3 cup of oil. I am using canola. 3/4 cup of brown sugar. 1/2 cup of peanut butter. 1/2 cup of milk. I just mixed up some milk like I did before, earlier today. Then we're gonna do 1/2 cup of sour cream. Add in some vanilla. Then we're gonna mix this all together, all of our wet ingredients and our sugars. Now we're gonna add in our dry ingredients. 2 cups of flour. 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then we're gonna get this all in there and combined. And last, we're gonna add in some chocolate chips. And then I'm just gonna put them in the muffin tins. Okay, now these are gonna bake for 16 to 18 minutes. All right, Here are the muffins. They are done. I'm just letting them sit here to cool. Okay, so now this bread is risen. So I'm just gonna spray 2 loaf pans. As you can see here, I'm gonna just punch this down. And I'm gonna divide it in half. And it's sticking to my hands. I just kind of roll it a little bit and just put it in the pan. And now I'm going to cover that and let that rise until doubled again. Alright, it is 4:30 and we are just now making a little bit of popcorn, and I made those muffins, just a little bit of snack, and I'm going to start dinner here in just a few minutes. It'll take about an hour or so. We're going to have some vegetable beef soup to go with this bread, so I'll probably start that in about 30 minutes. So there we go. We always have lots of popcorn. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. It's mixed in with the ramen that I showed you yesterday, that same bin. We always have lots of popcorn. Okay, the bread has risen. So I am just going to beat an egg and make a little egg wash to go on top. And it's going on 5 o'clock. So we'll put these in the oven. Okay, I'm gonna go on and make some beef vegetable soup. So start by heating up some oil in my Dutch oven. Okay, I'm going to go on and add, I diced up 1 onion. And I'm going to add some salt to that. I'll just cook that a little bit until it becomes more translucent. I'm also going to add a packet of stew meat. Then I'm going to add some celery seed because I do not have any celery, but that'll still help give it that celery seasoning. I'm going to add a can of fire roasted tomatoes. I'm going to add some marjoram. and some oregano. I'm also going to add bone broth. And this bag that was in my freezer of vegetable soup mix. It's already got the potatoes and stuff in it. But I have a ton of corn frozen, so I'm going to add a little more corn as well. Another bag of corn. Stir that up. I'm going to add a couple bay leaves. Oh, those fell in, so we'll go with those too. A little more salt. And some pepper. I'm going to let this come up to a boil, and then I'm going to cover it and let it simmer and cook for probably about 45 minutes. Okay, so Charles is not a huge fan of soups. I feel like I just keep saying Charles doesn't really like. But that's because he is my pickiest eater besides Luke. He doesn't like soups. He likes stews. But everybody else loves soup, and they love soup and bread. I mean, that's what the girls and I all love. So I also had gotten some fish out yesterday. So I'm gonna fry up some fish, and he'll eat that with the bread. It's like a fish sandwich, and hopefully a small bowl of soup to get some vegetables in. He's very anti-vegetable, if you can't tell. So that's the plan. So we're gonna fry up some fish here in just a little bit, as soon as the soup is going. Okay, this soup is now boiling, so I'm gonna cover it and just put it on a lower cook for about 45 minutes.
Okay, I'm thinking you've had the worst year ever.
Okay, as far as the fish goes, I'm just gonna, on this front burner, turn this on high. I'm gonna heat up some oil. I'm just using some canola oil.
13, probably your best year, because that was before you had any electronics.
And now our bread is done. I'm gonna mix up the batter to dip this fish in. This is what we use. It's called tempura batter. We get it from, you can get it online. I get it at Jungle Jim's mostly, which is a store out here by us. It has a lot of different kind of foods. I'm not sure if they have it in the regular grocery store or not. But all you do is you take that and you mix ice water. But it does need to be ice water. It's so easy, and there's nothing else to it. You want it to be about the consistency of like a pancake batter. Vegetables are also really good, like dipped in it. And then you make a nice little tempura dipping sauce. So good. Shrimp is really good in it. Really anything. It's a very good dipping batter. Then I'm just gonna take my fish, dip it in there good, and move it over here to the oil. This one just kind of broke. Okay, so here is dinner tonight. We have the bread, we have fish, and we have vegetable beef soup. Okay guys, that's gonna wrap it up for tonight. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are. Bye everybody.